Bless all the paths our feet walk to be free. Bless all the paths our feet walk to be free. Yeah.
All right. So this morning I invite you, the reason why I'm here is because everybody has a life purpose. We probably have many purposes, but my purpose of being here today is to remind you of the fact that you have a divine source. We all do inside of us. So I'm hoping that through some of these exercises and sharing a little bit about my story, that you'll feel a little more connected, a little more motivated to live your life on purpose, not just because somebody needs something, you gotta go to the store, whatever, right? But to be in your power and stand for your dreams, because there's no life store that I know of, and I haven't been able to ask for a return myself. So let's do this thing. Before we get started, I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am. Who I am is a lifelong learner. I'm a resilient, self-empowered woman. And I own a coaching and consulting practice. I do life coaching, professional leadership coaching, motivational speaking now, thanks to you guys. Hopefully this will work. And I'm a workshop leader, and I hope to come back with the permission of Mark and the rest of the folks to do, after this, you guys will maybe want to have a little more work, and I'd love to support you with some workshops about perspectives and shifting our perspectives. Because a lot of times, we know what our life purpose is, but we get a little stuck. And so we're not really going to talk too much about the stuckness. What we're going to talk about today is just getting in touch with your internal crew members that are inside of you, the voices inside of your head that help you live your life on purpose. Because we all have voices. Some of them support us, some of them don't. So my calling in life is to remind you guys and bring those voices deeper and deeper inside of you, so you're aware of them and you hear them. A little bit of my story. At age 11, my mom finally left my abusive dad, and I was raised alone, like many of you probably, by a single mom. And my mother struggled with depression most of her life, and so did I. And I remember my mom wanting to live her life and really trying, but never quite getting there. My sister, my older sister, told me about this thing called God. It was a divine, loving force of some kind. And it was nice for me to think of that. That gave me hope. I remember as a little girl not knowing who I was, what I was here for. I was sorry about everything. I had a lot of guilt and shame, low self-confidence. But I remember feeling my heartbeat. Like I can feel it now. And thinking, I was wondering if maybe God gave us our heartbeat to remind us of the divine love inside of us, divine true nature of who we are. So I invite you now, just put your hand where you can feel your heart. What's that feel like to you guys? This is interactive, by the way, so you can just shout out. What's that feel like to feel your heartbeat? Awesome. Something is beating your heart, and it's with you everywhere you go. Help her. It makes you feel alive. You know, we're so diverse, but one thing connects us all. Right here. I think about my mom. I remember in the summertime, Mom and I would sing, and she'd tell me about the dreams of my family and all the things she wanted for me. And she sang to me as the day went by, I want to live and not only survive. I wrote that song not because my mom said those words, but because I wish she had. What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel fully alive? I'm not talking about sushi or butter. That would be my answer if I was being sarcastic, which I typically am. What is it that you're willing to put a stake down on the ground for and say, this is what I stand for? As I said that, you guys are the wheels are starting to turn, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I left home as soon as I graduated high school. I earned my master's degree and all the nifty business certifications, all the things I could do to make money and not live in a place that I was afraid of to walk down the street. And I would save companies money, and so I made a lot of money. And I learned something that, I would present these business cases and business leaders wouldn't want to save money, and I'd be like very perplexed about this. So what I learned is that people aren't always motivated by money, right? They're motivated by what makes us feel valuable. And knowing what our values are and what we think is valuable is the road to living our life on purpose. It's a rarely spoken language to know and hear for someone's values. And that's another message I hope to bring to you. I hope my life will bring you a little closer to what you find valuable and how to access that, live that. During my time at American Express, I was a singer, I was a missionary. I was trying to find myself. I went to a lot of 12-step groups, a lot of life development exercises, things like that. And I remember one day sitting at my desk, and I was staring at the inbox, and they didn't pay me enough. Stress every day, it wasn't worth the 401k. I had to make a way to not drive 45 minutes every day. A better quality of life, not a sacrifice. So after 17 years, I worked my way up as far as I could go, without my hair falling out and looking like a man, still growing back. And started my own company. And 2005, met Aspire. It's a coaching consulting company. And loved it. Made a lot of money. I have no kids. Didn't have any kids at the time. I have 2 teenagers now, and we still like each other, which is always good. But at the time, I didn't have any kids, and I remember laying in bed making all this money thinking, what now? If I die, my nieces and nephews and my sisters are going to inherit my money. And what good was that? What am I doing here? So fast forward a few years, I run into CTI, which is a Coaches Training Institute. It's a great program. It's one of the best in the world. I meet my husband, whose birthday is August 4th, and my mom died actually on August 4th, 2009, so I really believe my mom sent my husband to me. And those are the things I want to share with you today, the things I learned to get my life back on track, to hear voices inside my head. I'd go to church and I'd listen to what they said. But now this is different. This is about your inner journey, and you're with you wherever you go. So what voices in your mind are supporting your life purpose, what aren't? That's my state. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, as Lillian would say. Okay, so you met me. Who are you? Not your name. Not how much money you have in the bank. You don't have in the bank. Who you're in a relationship with, who you're mom to or sister to. Who are you? I'm so sarcastic that I have to stop myself. I have a use sarcastic voices. As I'm listening to myself, I'm like, don't do it. Okay. So, we all have these voices in our head. Let's just get them out of the way. Let's just get them out of the room. Too old, too fat, not good enough, nobody cares. My hair's too curly, I'm too divorced, whatever, right? Let's just divorce too many times. I don't do relationships well, they suck, whatever. We're gonna take those voices and just with me, if you would just lift your hand and shift them up into the highway over there. Just for pausing them, let them stay over there, just pause. I would love to be in a world that didn't worry about if the storm that was coming might propose a threat. Just that, thing. And so just close your eyes for a second, you guys. Remind yourself of a time when you were living your life fully on purpose. A time when you felt like you were completely in the presence of your own greatness. You were actually surprised that you were that good.